What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Triad Scooters YouTube channel. My name is Billy Watts and today we are breaking down the Psychic Fugitive. Today the purpose of this video is to break down each part individually, show you guys how it works, what particular parts we have chosen for this scooter. Now just a reminder, this scooter does come assembled in the box. All you have to do is stick the bars in, tighten the clamp up and you're ready to go. First off, we're going to start with the deck, of course. Whoop, there we go. For this custom build, we have chosen a 5.1 inch deck, which is 130 mil by 21 inches long, which is 535 mil. Now, as everybody can see, it has a full length hand-drawn graphic, a nice little Fugitive riding down here, some flashy blue colors on the stone raw finish. There we go. So the way we actually achieve this color is pretty cool. It actually goes into a big machine with a bunch of little stones in there. It's gonna flip around. Once it goes through the process, you actually get all these nice little textures running through it to bring you a truly unique color. Now you might notice we actually have our Triad Clearcast grip tape on this, and this particular one is going to be in a barbed wire format, and this already comes applied on your deck. Don't have to worry about putting it on yourself. So the neck tube has been CNC'd and extruded, been tested by all of our team riders, proven to be super strong and lightweight for you all. Alright, so let's start with the back end of this custom build. I'm going to grab the vise. Now you will notice that this deck is boxed. The reason we have made this deck boxed, for the size of it, type of bars we've got, wheel size, everything like that, we have customized this scooter for the up and coming street rider. So being 21 inches long with a boxed deck, it's going to be perfect for your 5.0 grinds, rail tricks, everything like that. So first of all, on the back end, I am going to start with the brake. So of course, we're going to use the trusty V2 fend-off 2-in-1 brake and fender system. I'm going to quickly show you all how this works. You got a 6mm bolt straight in the bottom here. So there we go, we're just going to loosen it just like this. Now you got your fender in one hand and you have your brake portion right here. If you want to run the fender, just slot it on in just like that. So all you street cats out there, got a fender. Or if you like doing trap tricks like I do, keep the brake portion on there just like that. Slots in nice and flush. Bolt goes straight back in the bottom and you tighten it up. All right, one thing I will mention on this brake is we actually have a bunch of little grooves right here. So it's actually going to be nice and grippy. So if you all want to use your brake, you're going to have some grip there. Your foot's just not going to slip straight off. We're going to loosen the bolt on top here. And we're going to slide it straight in the back end, just like this. Boom. Now you might see just here, it is quite faint, but you will see it in person. It says 120 up the top and 110 mil down the bottom. So what this is our 2-position brake hole. So it depends on what type of wheels you're running. So for instance, this complete, we're going to run the 110 mil wheels on it. So we're just going to slide the brake just down to this little notch right here, just like that. And the bolt's going to go straight in and we're going to tighten that on up. There we go. We'll chuck it straight back in the trusty stand. Of course, with a boxed end deck, we're going to have a gridlock system at the back that will complement your tricks. So we have designed, what we're calling this is our 5.0 gridlock system. There we go. All right, so I'll quickly undo this. This is actually made out of 6061 aluminium. It's going to be nice and strong for you all. We're going to slide it in the back, just like that. Boom, sits in there nice and flush. Now before we put the second one in, I'm going to go ahead and grab a set of wheels. Now for this complete, we have chosen a pair of 110 mil Bermuda wheels. So we know the majority of street riders out there, they either like a 110 mil wheel or the fatter 115 mil wheel. And because this is for an up and coming street rider, we've chosen to go with 110 mil for this. So you got your 26 mil urethane on here, you got your 24 mil core with 110 mil in height. Got your nice little blue Bermuda writing right here, which is going to match the graphic on the bottom and a couple other little features I'll show you all soon. So now before we chuck these bad boys in, I'm going to quickly tell you a little something about this urethane right here. So we actually come up with our own formula for this to make sure we have a really good mix of durability, speed and grip. Grip being one of the most important of all. So when you're turning nice and sharp in those streets, you're going to make sure that you maintain that turn and you're not going to slip out. So we're going to go ahead and place the wheel in the back end just like this. We're going to grab the other gridlock system. We're just going to slot it in. All right, so once we have the gridlock in, the back wheel in, nice and simple, we're going to slot this brake bolt straight through the middle here. There we go, and we'll tighten it up. You've got your thread on the inside here, so you only need one Allen key for this. So next up, we're going to start working on the front end now. We're going to flip this bad boy over. Now I've already got the headset in here. So as previously mentioned, you don't have to do any of this yourself, just doing it for the video. So headset's already in. We're going to go ahead and grab a pair of forks. Now this is pretty cool. We actually have a pair of Urban Art SES/HIC forks. Now it's only fitting that we have a street model with a street brand. Urban Art being predominantly street orientated. May as well talk about both of them at the same time. So right here we have a SES Cage V2 oath clamp. So it's actually been CNC'd and forged, so meaning it's going to be really strong. It's got a really nice unique design to it as well. Got your little Triad alignment system down here, which is going to help align the bars with the forks and the clamp and everything. A blue set of bolts right here. And of course, a couple of little cutouts on the side there. Takes that little bit of weight out. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and chuck the fork straight through the head tube. Put the crown race right over the top, just like that. Straight over the top, just like this. There we go. It's got an inbuilt headset cap on it as well, so you don't have to worry about a headset cap. And then we got the 4130 chromoly bolt, gonna go straight down the top. Make sure that's all lined up. Now we can make sure that's all aligned at the end there. But for now, we'll move on to the front wheels. As explained before, we got 110mm Bermuda wheels on it. We're gonna undo it just like this here. So another quick little thing about the forks right here is they are made out of 6061 T6 aluminium, so they're going to be super strong. Got a really nice design. Here we go, I'll flip it upside down, make it a little easier to slot these spaces straight in. First of all, we're going to grab the axle, straight on the inside, just like that. Space is going to come through, wheel's going to drop in, axle goes through the wheel, and we're going to drop the other spacer in just like that. Line it up nice and simple. And get your 6mm Allen key. Boom, push it straight through and tighten it up. There we go. All right, so next step on the Psychic Fugitive is going to be the bars. Now what we've gone for here is a pair of Urban Art T-bars. So obviously with a street orientated setup, you've got to have a pair of T-bars on it. Now we've actually made these 23 inches wide, which is 585mm, by 25 inches tall, which is 635mm. Now these bars are going to come oversized, so the reason that we have done oversized is because we've used a technique on these bars called butting, and what this means is essentially this certain part right here where you put a lot of pressure on the bars where it usually bends, we've made quite thick, so we've made it 25.4mm thick here, and now up here on the low stress areas we've made it a little bit thinner, so it's 22.2mm there, and much the same across the top here, so it's going to be 25.4mm across here, and on the outside of the bar it's going to be 22.2mm. So this way we've been able to make it nice and light but still maintain that strength. Before putting the bars in the clamp, I'm going to go ahead and grab a pair of grips for this sucker. Of course, we've had to keep it nice and stealth. We've got a bit of color going on down the bottom with the stone raws and the blues throughout the bolts, so we've decided to go with a pair of black grips on this. The grips we have chosen are, of course, 165mm Oath Bermuda grips. Now they've got deep grooves, which are going to create less sweat in your hands, but extra comfort. So they're going to be long lasting. They're actually a medium thickness of grips, so they're not going to feel thin in your hands, but they're not going to feel really bulky either. And of course, on the bar ends, we've had to add in a nice little touch of blue. There we go. That blue is going to tie in with your bolts right here, and a little bit of blue on the wheel just here. All right, so I've got my trusty hairspray. We're going to put a bit of hairspray on the inside, just like that. Bang. Slide these straight on, just like that. Grab the second grip, bit of hairspray in that sucker as well, and slide that straight on. Cool. All right, last but not least, we're going to grab the bar ends. Now these bar ends are made out of TPE material, so they're going to be nice and strong. You're also going to want to make sure that you run bar ends at all times. It can be very dangerous if you do not have a pair of bar ends in. Boom, there we go. All right, so now we've got the grips on the bars. We're gonna go ahead and put the bars straight into the clamp, just like that. There we go. All right, so we're gonna use the trusty alignment system here. We're gonna make sure that the bars are in line with the clamp, clamp's in line with the deck, and this is gonna make it a bit easier for all of you when lining up your scooter. Otherwise you get on it and your bars are a bit wonky and you're going to be riding sideways. All right, so when tightening your clamp, you want to make sure that you're alternating bolts when tightening them. So for instance, do the first one, a little bit of a turn. We'll do the third one a little bit, just like that. We'll do the second one and the fourth one, and then we repeat. So first, third, second, and fourth. So last but not least, before wrapping up this video, I'm going to inform you all of the weight, which I'm sure you're very excited about. This actually comes in at 3.85 kilos, which is 8.49 pounds. which is really cool. So we actually handpicked each part individually for this particular custom build to make sure it's going to suit the up and coming modern day street rider. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, come hang out with us again on the channel. It's been super fun. Until next time, I'm Billy Watts. Take it easy, guys.